I need to tell you something that might sound too good to be true at first. Just a short time ago, someone used the exact thought process I'm about to share with you to bring $50 million into their life. Not in years, not even in months, in just a few short weeks. You might be thinking, how is that even possible? But stay with me, because in the next few minutes, I'm going to show you how it happened, and more importantly, how it can happen for you too. This is not some make-believe story or a quick-fix scam. It's a real, powerful process that can unlock the abundance that is already waiting for you. Imagine that. Think about someone just like you, holding a thought in their mind that ended up bringing them more money than they ever thought possible. This isn't about luck. It's not about being in the right place at the right time. It's about tapping into the power that lives inside every single one of us, a power that has been used, whether knowingly or not, by every wealthy person throughout history. It's the power of your mind, and it's more incredible than you could ever imagine. Every single day, there are people all around us manifesting amounts of money they never dreamed of. They're not doing it by working harder than everyone else. They're not doing it because they're smarter or more deserving. They're doing it because they understand one simple truth about how money works in this universe. This truth isn't something you'll find in a textbook or a business plan. It's something that lives in your own mind, waiting for you to discover it. Let me tell you this. The truth I'm about to share with you changed my entire life. It's about to change yours too. Because the moment you understand this thought process, you'll realize that you were always meant to live a life of abundance, a life where money flows to you as easily as the air you breathe, a life where $50 million is not just a dream, but a natural part of who you are. Before we go any deeper, I want you to take a moment to imagine that $50 million is already in your bank account. Think about what that would feel like. Would you feel excited, free, powerful? Would you feel secure knowing that money was never again going to be a problem? Hold on to that feeling for a moment because it's more important than you might think. It's not just a daydream, it's the first step to making this your reality. You see, the mind doesn't know the difference between what's real and what's imagined when you feel it deeply enough, and that's why this process works. When you imagine that wealth is already yours, your mind begins to create pathways to bring it to you. It's like setting your internal GPS for success, and that's exactly what we're going to do together. This is the moment your life starts to change. It's the moment you decide that abundance is not just for other people. It's for you. And that's the greatest truth of all. You were born ready for this. You were born to live a life of abundance. And now, with this thought process, you're going to let that abundance into your life. There is a power inside you that is stronger than any obstacle you have ever faced. It's a power that can move mountains, create miracles, and bring $50 million into your life if you let it. This power is your mind. It's not just a tool you use to think about your to-do list or remember where you put your keys. It's the key to unlocking the life you've always wanted. And the best part? You've always had it. It's been waiting for you to recognize it. Most people don't realize how powerful their minds truly are. They think their thoughts are just passing clouds in the sky. They don't understand that their thoughts are actually the blueprint for the life they live. Every belief you hold, every thought you think, every word you speak, they're all shaping your reality, even if you're not aware of it. That's why some people seem to attract wealth and success effortlessly, while others struggle no matter how hard they try. The difference isn't luck. It's not intelligence. It's not even hard work. It's the way they use their mind. The people who live in abundance have trained their minds to expect abundance. They think about money differently. They see opportunities where others see problems. They feel grateful even before the money shows up. And because of that, the universe responds by giving them more of what they expect. Think about it. When you expect something, you look for it. You notice it more often. You get excited when you see signs of it. And most importantly, you act in ways that bring it closer to you. It's the same with money. When you expect abundance, you open the door for it to come into your life. When you expect struggle, you close that door and push it away. That's how powerful your mind is. But here's the good news. You can change the way you think about money starting right now. You don't have to be stuck in the old patterns that have kept you broke or struggling. You can decide right this minute that abundance is your natural state. You can decide that money is always flowing to you, that it's easy and effortless, and that it comes in both expected and unexpected ways. That decision alone can start a chain reaction that transforms your life. You might be wondering if it's really that simple, and I'm here to tell you that it is. The truth is, most of us have been taught the wrong things about money since we were kids. We were told that money is hard to make, that it takes years of hard work, that we have to struggle to get ahead. But those are just beliefs. They're not facts. And beliefs can be changed. Once you change your beliefs, everything else changes with them. Imagine for a moment that you grew up believing that money is as easy to receive as air, that every time you needed money, it showed up, that wealth was your birthright, just like the sun in the sky. How different would your life be today? How much more relaxed would you feel about money? How much more freedom would you have? That's the kind of belief we're going to build together. Because here's the truth. Money is not a mystery. It's not a secret club that only a few people get to join. It's energy. It's flow. It's always moving, always changing, always looking for a place to land. And it lands where it's invited. That's why people who feel wealthy, even before they have the money, seem to attract it so easily. They've created a space for it in their minds, and the universe rushes to fill that space. The same can happen for you, right now, no matter where you are, no matter what your bank account looks like, no matter what anyone else has told you. You have the power inside you to create the wealth you desire. All you need is the right thought process, and that's exactly what I'm about to show you. Close your eyes for a moment and imagine a life with $50 million in your bank account. Feel the weight of that thought. Let it fill you with a sense of peace and joy. What would you do first? Would you take care of your family? Would you travel the world? Would you give to causes that touch your heart? Think about the smile on your face as you realize that money is no longer a worry, but a source of freedom and happiness. Imagine waking up every morning knowing that your bills are already paid. Picture yourself looking at your bank balance and seeing numbers you once thought were impossible. Feel the relief and the excitement that comes from knowing you can buy what you need, help those you love, and still have plenty left over. This feeling is not a fantasy. It's the first step to making this your reality. See yourself living in your dream home, surrounded by beauty and comfort. Picture the car you've always wanted parked in the driveway. Feel the softness of the clothes you love to wear. Taste the meals you've always wanted to try at the finest restaurants. Hear the laughter of your loved ones as you share your abundance with them. Every single one of these images is a step closer to bringing that abundance into your life. Now I want you to hold on to that feeling. Make it real in your heart, because when you feel wealthy, your mind begins to believe it's true. And when your mind believes something, it sets everything in motion to make it real. This is the secret that so many people miss. They think they have to wait for the money to show up before they can feel wealthy. But the truth is, you have to feel wealthy before the money can show up. Think about a time in your life when you felt completely happy and at peace. Maybe it was a vacation, a special celebration, or a simple day at home with your loved ones. Notice how that feeling of peace made everything seem easier, more enjoyable, and more possible. That's the same feeling you want to bring into your thoughts about money. When you feel at peace with money, it flows to you naturally. Some people might say, but how can I feel wealthy when my bank account is empty? The answer is simple. You don't need the money to feel wealthy. You just need to focus on the feeling. It's like tuning a radio to your favorite song. The song is always playing, but you have to be on the right frequency to hear it. When you align your mind with the frequency of wealth, you begin to receive the abundance that's already out there waiting for you. Every time you think about money, choose to feel calm and grateful. When you see a bill, smile and think, money flows to me easily, and this bill is already paid. When you think about buying something, say to yourself, money comes to me in expected and unexpected ways. When you think about your future, remind yourself, I am already wealthy, and I trust that money will always find its way to me. This is not about pretending. It's about creating a new reality for yourself from the inside out. Because the truth is, money doesn't care about your past struggles. It doesn't judge you or ask you if you've earned it. Money is energy, and it flows where it's welcome. When you make space in your heart and mind for wealth, you invite it to enter your life. So as you hold this vision of your $50 million life, know that you are planting seeds in your mind, seeds that will grow into the life you've always wanted. It's not about wishing or hoping. It's about knowing that this abundance is your natural state. It's about choosing to feel wealthy right now, even before the money arrives. Because when you do that, the universe has no choice but to match your energy and bring that wealth into your reality. Let me tell you about Sarah. Just 3 months ago, she was working 2 jobs, barely able to make ends meet. She had only $243 left in her bank account and a mountain of credit card debt that kept her awake at night. Every day, she felt like she was drowning, and no matter how hard she worked, she couldn't catch a break. Her dreams of a better life seemed so far away. But then, Sarah discovered the exact thought process that I'm about to share with you. At first, she didn't believe it would work. She felt skeptical, just like you might feel right now. But despite her doubts, she decided to try it anyway. Within her first week, something incredible happened. She won an unexpected $5,000 in a local contest she didn't even remember entering. It was like a gift from the universe, a sign that things were starting to shift. She felt a spark of hope for the first time in years, and that was just the beginning. By the 3rd week, her small side business, which had been barely surviving, suddenly took off. Orders flooded in, and in a single day, she made $25,000. Sarah couldn't believe her eyes. She had gone from struggling to pay for groceries to having more money in her account than she had ever seen. But the universe wasn't done with her yet. By the end of that month, she received a letter from a lawyer. A long-lost relative, whom she hadn't spoken to in years, had left her an inheritance worth $2.3 million. Sarah's life changed in ways she had only dreamed about. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Maybe Sarah just got lucky. Maybe that kind of thing only happens to people who are in the right place at the right time. But let me tell you, Sarah's story isn't just about luck. It's about a shift that happened inside her. A shift from feeling poor and desperate to feeling open and ready to receive abundance. That shift is what made the difference. Sarah's story shows that ordinary people can manifest extraordinary results. She didn't have a special talent or some secret advantage. She was just like you, an ordinary person living an ordinary life. What changed everything was the way she thought. The way she decided to open her mind to the possibility that $50 million or any amount of money could flow into her life. This is the proof that abundance isn't reserved for a chosen few. It's not something you have to work your entire life to earn. It's something you can tap into right now, simply by changing the way you think. Sarah's story is a reminder that the universe is always ready to deliver blessings beyond your imagination. All it takes is a willingness to believe that it's possible and the courage to let go of the old thoughts that have kept you stuck. When you hear Sarah's story, don't just see it as her journey. See it as your own. Imagine that you are the one who receives that unexpected money. Imagine that your business takes off, that your debts disappear, that your dreams come true. Because the truth is, what happened for Sarah can happen for you. And in the next few sections, I'm going to show you exactly how to make it happen. Now that you've seen what's possible through Sarah's story, it's time to talk about the truth about money, something that most people never learn. Many of us grow up thinking that money is hard to come by. We're taught that we have to work long hours, struggle and sacrifice just to get by. And even then, there's never enough. We're taught that money is scarce and that if we want more, we have to take it from someone else. But let me tell you, that couldn't be further from the truth. Money is not some rare, precious thing that's hard to find. Money is energy. It's always flowing, always moving, always changing hands. It's not sitting in one place waiting for you to come and grab it. It's moving all the time, and it wants to move toward you. Think about it. Every day, billions of dollars move across the globe. People are buying, selling, investing, giving, and receiving. The universe isn't running out of money. It's creating more of it every single day. The biggest reason people struggle with money is because they see it as something that's hard to get. They see money as a struggle, so they experience struggle. They think money is scarce, so they experience lack. But when you see money as abundant, flowing, and easy to receive, your entire relationship with money changes. Money becomes something that comes to you naturally, without struggle. Here's the truth. Money is just energy, and it follows your attention. Wherever you focus your mind, that's where the money will flow. If you focus on bills, debt, and scarcity, you're telling money to stay away. But if you focus on abundance, gratitude, and the good things money can bring, you're inviting money into your life. It's that simple. But most people get stuck in what I call the worth trap. They think they have to be worthy of money first. They believe they need to work harder, sacrifice more, or prove themselves before they can receive wealth. But here's the truth. Money doesn't care if you're worthy. Money doesn't judge you. Money is pure energy. It doesn't know if you've been working hard or struggling. It just flows where it's welcome. The second you understand this, everything starts to change. You stop trying to force money to come. You stop worrying about whether you deserve it. You simply open your heart and mind to let it flow. That's when money starts to appear in ways you never imagined, through unexpected gifts, opportunities, ideas, and even people who show up to help you. Think about times in your life when money showed up without effort. Maybe you found cash in an old coat pocket. Maybe someone gave you an unexpected gift. Maybe you got a surprise refund or bonus. Those moments weren't accidents. They were small examples of the universe showing you that money can come to you easily and in unexpected ways. When you start to see money this way, you stop blocking it. You stop pushing it away with doubt, fear, and unworthiness. Instead, you create a space where money feels at home, a space where it can flow freely into your life, bringing all the blessings and opportunities you've been dreaming of. So let go of the old idea that money is hard to get. Let go of the belief that you have to struggle for every penny. Money is abundant, and it's waiting for you to let it in. And in the next section, I'm going to show you the simple thought process that can make that happen. This is where everything changes. The secret thought process that unlocks millions is so simple that most people overlook it. It's all about shifting from wanting money to allowing money. Most people spend their entire lives wanting money. They think about it, dream about it, even stress about it. But the more they want it, the harder it seems to come. It's like trying to catch a butterfly. Chase it and it flies away. Here's the shift. Instead of wanting money, you start allowing it. Allowing means you're open, relaxed, and confident that money is already on its way. Think about how you breathe. You don't stress about your next breath. You don't worry that the air will run out. You just breathe, knowing it's always there for you. That's exactly how you need to think about money. Imagine thinking about money the same way you think about breathing. Calm, natural, and certain. When a bill comes in, instead of feeling stressed, you think, money flows to me easily. This bill is already taken care of. When you want to buy something, instead of worrying about the cost, you think, money comes to me in expected and unexpected ways. These thoughts feel light, easy, and peaceful. This is not about forcing yourself to believe something that doesn't feel true. It's about letting go of the need to control how money comes to you. It's about trusting that money, like air, is always available. When you allow money, you stop chasing it. You stop blocking it with worry and doubt. You create a clear path for money to find you. Here's the exact thought process. Instead of thinking, I want money, you think, money naturally flows to me. And you think this thought in a calm, casual way, just like you think about breathing. You don't force it, you don't obsess over it, you just know it. This is the key that changes everything. When you train your mind to think this way, you become a magnet for money. You create an energy that draws money to you, effortlessly and naturally. You stop worrying about how it will come, and you start trusting that it will come. And it does. The beauty of this process is that it works for everyone. You don't need a special skill. You don't need years of training. You just need to shift your thinking from wanting to allowing, from struggle to ease, from worry to trust. This is the thought process that wealthy people use, often without even realizing it. It's not their background, their education, or their luck that makes them rich. It's this natural way of thinking about money that allows it to flow into their lives. And now you're learning to do the same. So take a deep breath and let this thought process sink in. Money flows to you as naturally as the air you breathe. It's always available, always abundant, and always ready to support your dreams. From this moment forward, you're not just wanting money, you're allowing it, and that makes all the difference. Now that you understand the thought process of allowing money to flow into your life, it's time to take it to the next level. This is where visualization comes in, but not the way you might think. Most people visualize wealth with a sense of excitement and longing, but that can actually push it away. Let me explain why. When you visualize money as something you desperately want, your mind feels the gap between where you are and where you want to be. It feels the lack. That feeling of lack sends a signal to the universe that you don't have it, so it stays just out of reach. But what if I told you that you could visualize wealth in a way that makes it feel natural? A way that makes your mind believe that $50 million is already yours. That's what we're going to do now. Think about how you feel in your own home. You don't constantly think about owning your home. You just live there. You walk through the rooms, sit on the couch, cook in the kitchen, all without thinking, this is mine. It feels normal, natural, and effortless. That's the same way you need to visualize wealth. Close your eyes and imagine checking your bank account and seeing $50 million there. But don't get excited or overly happy. Just notice it, like it's a normal part of your life. Feel calm, steady, and peaceful about it. This calm feeling is what tells your mind that wealth is normal for you. It's not a surprise or a dream, it's your reality. Take it a step further. See yourself paying bills with ease, buying what you need without worry, helping others whenever you want. Feel the sense of freedom and security that comes from knowing money is always there for you. Let this visualization feel as normal as brushing your teeth or having breakfast. The key is to make wealth feel like your natural state. When you do this kind of visualization, you train your mind to accept wealth as part of your everyday life. Your mind starts to expect it, and when that happens, the universe has no choice but to bring it to you. Because your mind shapes your reality, and when your mind believes that wealth is normal, your reality has to match that belief. This is not about tricking yourself or pretending. It's about aligning your thoughts and feelings with the truth that money is always available and ready to flow into your life. The more you practice this natural state visualization, the easier it becomes. It's like building a new habit. The more you do it, the more automatic it becomes. So every day, take a few minutes to close your eyes and see yourself living your wealthy life. Feel it, believe it, and let it feel as normal as breathing. That's how you shift from hoping for wealth to living in abundance. Now that you've learned how to visualize wealth naturally, let's talk about how to keep this process alive every single day. These daily practices are simple, yet they are the building blocks that keep your new money mindset strong. The key is to make these practices as natural as brushing your teeth, something you do automatically without even thinking about it. Start your day with a feeling of wealth. Before you even pick up your phone or think about your to-do list, spend 5 minutes feeling wealthy. Imagine your $50 million is already in your bank account. Feel the peace and freedom that comes with it. Feel the joy of knowing that all your bills are paid and you can help anyone you want. Let that feeling fill your heart and set the tone for your day. Throughout the day, practice what I call wealth breathing. Every time you spend money, whether it's buying a coffee, paying a bill, or filling up your car, take a deep breath and think, more money is already on its way to me. This simple thought keeps your mind in a state of trust and openness. It reminds you that money flows both ways, and every time you spend, you're making space for more to come in. At night, before you go to bed, review your day from the perspective of a wealthy person. Don't focus on what you couldn't afford or what bills are coming up. Instead, feel grateful for all the ways money showed up for you today, big or small. Maybe it was a free coffee, a discount, or just the roof over your head. Let that gratitude fill you with a sense of abundance. These daily practices may seem small, but they are powerful. They train your mind to see wealth as normal and natural. They keep you connected to the flow of abundance, even on days when your bank account doesn't yet reflect the $50 million you desire. Remember, your outer world always catches up to your inner world. When you consistently think and feel wealthy, you create a space where wealth can't help but flow in. So make these daily practices a part of your life. Let them become as natural as breathing, because when wealth becomes your natural state, the universe will match that energy and bring you the financial abundance you deserve. Even when you've started to feel wealthy and practiced allowing money, you might still face blocks along the way. These blocks are normal, and everyone experiences them. The key is to know how to deal with them so they don't stop you from receiving the abundance you're ready for. One of the biggest blocks you'll face is doubt. That little voice in your head that says, "This isn't working," or "This is too good to be true." When doubt comes up, remember that it's just old programming trying to protect you from disappointment. Thank it for trying to help, but then gently return to your new thought pattern. Remind yourself that money flows to you naturally, just like air. Another common block is negative people around you. Maybe they laugh at your new mindset or tell you that you're being unrealistic. Here's how to handle that. Don't try to convince them. You don't need to explain or defend your new way of thinking. Just smile, thank them for their concern, and keep focusing on your vision. Their doubt cannot stop your manifestation unless you let it. Sometimes you might catch yourself looking at your bank account and feeling like nothing's changed. This is what I call the evidence trap. Remember, your current financial situation is just the result of your old thought patterns. It's like looking in the rearview mirror while trying to drive forward. When you catch yourself in this trap, shift your focus back to how you want your finances to be, not how they are right now. Fear of success can also block your manifestation. Sometimes we unconsciously push money away because we're afraid of how it might change our lives or our relationships. If you notice this fear coming up, remind yourself that money only makes you more of who you already are. If you're a kind and generous person, more money will help you do even more good in the world. Remember, these blocks are just old habits of thinking. They don't have any real power unless you believe in them. Every time they come up, choose to return to the thought process that money flows to you naturally and effortlessly. The more you practice this, the less those old doubts and fears will hold you back. Now that you have the tools to create the life you've always wanted, it's time to commit. This is the moment to decide that from now on you're going to think about money in a completely new way. No more chasing it. No more worrying about it. No more feeling like you have to prove you're worthy of it. Money is energy, and it wants to flow into your life. All you have to do is allow it. Every day, remind yourself that you're already wealthy. Feel it in your heart. See it in your mind. Let that feeling guide your thoughts, words, and actions. When you make abundance your natural state, the universe has no choice but to bring it to you. It's a law as real as gravity, and it's working in your favor. As you commit to this new way of thinking, know that you're not just manifesting money, you're manifesting freedom, peace, and the ability to help others. The world needs more people like you, people who understand that wealth is not just for themselves, but for making the world a better place. So take a deep breath. Know that the $50 million and more is already yours. All you have to do is let it in. Stay consistent, stay positive, and let your natural state of wealth attract all the abundance you deserve. Peace, abundance, and blessings of $50 million to you. Let it enter your life and let it change everything.